Hello, my name's Joe Johnson and I've been actively engaged in research into natural remedies for over 20 years. If you have wrist pain, then you need to really listen because this crucial short video will directly affect you. What I've discovered about stopping wrist pain quickly is cutting edge, and it just might be the untapped resource that you've been looking for. I'm going to show you how simple it is to quickly reduce and even stop wrist pain, and just as importantly, how to switch on and speed up your body's own natural healing mechanisms without the need for any surgery and without risking your health to expensive, useless and even dangerous drugs. Now, Emma Williams, the editor on this website, she's urged me to share with you details of an astonishing discovery that I've made about wrist pain. So, if you do have wrist pain, what is actually going on? Well, think of it like this. Whether through wear and tear, or strain, or a build-up of toxicity, or through an unfortunate accident, your wrist may be damaged and need repairing. So if you have a wrist problem and you're suffering from wrist pain and discomfort and misery, you need to somehow stimulate your body's healing mechanisms into focusing on and repairing your wrist. And unless you find a way to stimulate your body's healing mechanisms without damaging your body's delicate immune system, then sooner or later you're going to end up losing the mobility in your wrist altogether. I want you to consider this. Normally, if you get a painful wrist, your body's healing system will, albeit over a long period of time, will attempt to heal itself. But if you've been stressed or maybe overworked or taken drugs, and including painkillers and anti-inflammatories, then your body's healing mechanisms becomes weakened. And that's enough for the healing mechanism to be interrupted or even stopped altogether. Once your wrist becomes inflamed, you then experience wrist pain. Now you may struggle to move it or hold things for months or even years. Some people with wrist pain, if it's left untreated, they never hold things properly again. And to make things even worse, and I've said this already, if you use painkillers and anti-inflammatories to kill the pain in your wrist, you'll have to swallow these drugs, which means that the whole of your body's healing mechanism is now shocked and weakened even more. The toxic impact or the toxic effect of these powerful painkilling drugs can't be overstated. This is why painkillers and anti-inflammatories, they appear to work for a day or two, and then the pain in your wrist, well, it just comes back. So then you take more painkillers and it's a vicious circle. And then if you're in any doubt about the danger of painkillers and anti-inflammatories, and they're sometimes called non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. According to a recent report by eminent US doctors, and you can see the proof below, in the United States alone, the total number of deaths caused by conventional medicine like painkillers and anti-inflammatories, it's an amazing, well, it's almost 800,000 men, women and children every year. That's about 2,200 a day. So it's now evident that the American medical system is the main cause of death and injury in the United States. And that is those eminent doctors saying that, not me. So I was desperate to find a way of reducing or even stopping the wrist pain, whilst at the same time stimulating my body's natural healing mechanisms into healing the wrist pain as fast as possible without damaging the immune system. I've seen so many people, they lose the mobility in the wrist and then their health tends to get worse. And it starts off with simple conditions like wrist pain. And some people opt for a very expensive and painful surgery and things will go from bad to worse. And it's tragic and it's often avoidable. So that's why I've done my research. You see, human beings have had wrist pain for tens of thousands of years. Pharmaceutical companies have been around about 100 years. And they don't want you to know what your ancestors knew about sorting out wrist pain. So my first step in research is always to go back into history and see what was going on. And after a lot of reading, and I don't mean the usual herbalist research books, I mean, whilst I can't reveal my sources, I've got secret access to some of the very best herbalist remedy books on the planet. And books that are mostly kept hidden away by either rich collectors, private libraries, specialist research libraries, even drug companies have got some amazing herbal remedy books and they keep them hidden away. And I've also got books, access to books that modern science believes are not even worth looking at. These are books that have been written by people with zero medical qualifications, but the people who've lived in the wilds of Mother Nature, practicing the secrets of Mother Nature every day of their lives. And the people who've passed down herbal remedies from one generation to the next, because these herbal remedies work. And it was in one of these research books that I found the clue to an ancient cure for wrist pain. I was in a ramshackle bookshop. It was in the south of France. And the book I was looking at was over 200 years old. Now, my French isn't that good. Fortunately, it was written in Latin, but my Latin isn't that good either. But I knew enough to recognise the plant names. But I was puzzled. See, there were there were some amazing remedies in that book, but there was one remedy stood out. The remedy I found was for swelling and injury of the wrist. Yet the plants that it mentioned I'd never considered using for wrist pain problems. So I took note of the types of the plants used, where they're best found, the ratio and the mixture and the preparation, and anything else that I could think of that would help me make this remedy. Now, of course, I've heard of these herbs before, and I've used them many times, but I had no idea then that when I was mixing them in this particular combination, that they would stimulate such an incredible pain relieving effect and stimulate a healing effect directly into the aching wrist. Now, I knew that most natural remedies for wrist pain are nothing more than a mild stimulant. They warm up the skin, it stimulates the blood supply to the joint, but it simply didn't do anything to the pain levels or the healing mechanism to any degree at all. They sometimes help a little, but for wrist pain, they don't work, they're just not strong enough. Now, I expected my research to last 6 to 12 months, but I had a 100% proven remedy in 6 weeks. Now, I wanted to test it for longer, but my conscience wouldn't let me, because every single client with wrist pain was reporting amazing results, and there were sometimes just within a few hours. So this remedy has been proven now countless times to quickly reduce wrist pain, and not only that, it rapidly speeds up the healing time of the painful aching wrist. So, how do you use this remedy? You simply massage just a few drops it's a clear, pleasant smelling remedy directly onto your aching wrist, and it'll take you 10 seconds. Now you do that 3 times a day. And finally, you put a few drops of the remedy onto the soles of your feet at bedtime, and that's really important. So that's it, it's that easy. Your speedy healing will then begin. Your pain levels will come down quickly, and hopefully you'll no longer need any more of that toxic pain-killing drugs that are already slaughtering your immune system. And the prospect of painful and expensive surgery, well, hopefully that'll go away too. Now, I've made the remedy so it's simple and it's convenient and it's easy to use. It's concentrated, so that small bottle will last you a long time. It doesn't look like much, but it really does pack a wallop. You'll suddenly feel your wrist improving. Within a few hours of using it, you'll know something's different, and that's your wrist getting better. Now soon you'll have more mobility in your wrist, so hopefully you're going to say goodbye to those painkillers for good. Your wrist will be returning to health. So it's a convenient, easy to use remedy, It means you don't have to spend your day making expensive appointments with therapists and doctors and people like that, or discussing your problems with strangers down at the drugstore. It's just a small bottle of a thick, clear, very pleasant smelling herbal liquid. Now this bottle is small, so it'll easily fit into your pocket or into your purse. Now you can dab a few drops onto your wrist during the day. The choice is yours how you apply it during the day. Now I planned to launch the remedy called Wrist Pain Doctor with all the fancy advertising and fancy packaging and sending it out to my small network of distributors. But I never got the chance. You see, word quickly spread about the results that I was getting with the Wrist Pain Doctor, and patients and herbalists literally came here and demanded that I make it for them. But unfortunately, I couldn't. It wasn't so simple. You see, I've tested a lot of different herbs, and the only organic herbs which consistently stop the wrist pain came from the Middle East. Now, in these war-torn, struggling times, can you imagine how hard it is to import a shipment of herbs from the Middle East? To say my ingredient supply is in the lap of the gods is a bit of an understatement. Having said that, I had enough ingredients to make 3 batches. Now, I've made each batch by hand myself. I've measured the herbs, I've mixed the herbs, I've blended the herbs myself. So I don't want you to worry about that. The Wrist Pain Doctor remedies that I make are of the very highest quality. Now I've given 2 batches to my trusted friend Emma Williams. And if you've got a wrist pain, then I strongly suggest you get this remedy called Wrist Pain Doctor before supplies run out, or before you inadvertently harm yourself with these painkillers, or before you end up opting for surgery. And like I said earlier, this remedy really packs a wallop. You will feel your wrist improving. Within a few hours of using it, you'll know that something's changed, and that is that your wrist is getting better. But you must hurry, because I normally only give this remedy to my personal clients and to fellow herbalists. I've never before committed a single batch of Wrist Pain Doctor to anybody else. Now, Emma begged me not to let the other herbalists or the online stores know what we were up to till she had got the stock. Well, she's got it now, and it's going faster than we both imagined, so that's good. But if you mess around now or think you're going to come back later or order later, you might miss out. And if you've got wrist pain, that would be a horrible mistake. So don't let that happen. This is big for anyone with a wrist pain. If you truly want, to get rid of your painful wrist and get rid of it fast, this remedy will instantly give you the power and the ability to treat your own aching wrist before it's too late, before you do the painkillers or before you do the surgery. The result of using this is that you'll be free of wrist pain, and you'll be able to move your wrist free of pain once more. So have a good look at the testimonials below and see how this remedy has helped men and women across the country get rid of their wrist pain very quickly. Now, it may be that you've got a few seeds of doubt, and that's understandable, that's fair enough. After all, you don't know me, so let me put your mind at rest. Well, you can use this Wrist Pain Doctor remedy completely risk-free. You can try it for a full 90 days, and you won't risk a single penny trying this remedy for yourself, because you've got a 90-day unconditional 100% money back guarantee. But the clear and simple truth of this guarantee is this. See, this is a breakthrough remedy. So if it doesn't quickly, first reduce and then get rid of your wrist pain, and if you're not satisfied with it in any way at all, then I insist you send the remedy back to Emma in any condition, and she'll personally make sure that you get a full and fast refund of every penny that you paid for the remedy. No questions asked, no hassles, nothing. And you can keep the full set of bonus books as a thanks for trying the remedy. You've got my word on that. Okay, So how much will this wrist pain doctor remedy cost you? Well, I normally charge my clients $200 for an appointment plus $170 for the remedy because it is handmade and it is organic. However, you don't have to have an appointment with me. Plus, appointments with me are pretty hard to get anyway. Plus, we're not using my offices, we're not using my staff, we're not using all your expenses and services. So I've agreed with Emma that we can give you a 50% discount on this wrist pain doctor remedy. That means that you can get your remedy for just $87 plus $5 shipping. That means you're going to save over $280. And not only that, Emma's insisted that I give you some bonus health books. So, and they're valued at $127. But they're to the first 100 people who try this remedy. Now you can see the details of that set of books below. But I will say those books below are worth more than the price of the remedy. So it's an amazing offer. And this is the first time and maybe the last time that we're doing this offer. Now, $87, it's less than the price of those useless and dangerous painkillers. It's less than the price of a visit to your doctor. And it's definitely less than the price of painful and even dangerous surgery. So, which you might need unless you get it sorted. So, it's completely risk-free, this. So, order now while you're still on the page and order while Emma's still got the stock. Simply click on the link below. Emma will look after you. And if you have any questions about wrist pain or this wrist pain remedy, you can write to me at any time. Remember, this is risk-free, you have nothing to lose. So click on the link below and Emma will get this remedy in the post to you today. And I look forward to helping you to get rid of these pains for good. All right, bye for now.